Hi, Jonathan Peters here, and welcome to the Game Garage. This is a community of L&D professionals that are interested in putting an end to dry, boring lectures and learning experiences. As we interact with each other here, as we talk, as we have different experiences and play test different learning games and look at resources and communicate with each other. So a lot is going to happen in this space, and I'm excited that you're part of it. I'm going to take you on a little tour to explain the different aspects of the experience you're about to have in engaging in the Game Garage. Okay, so let's first of all get to the Game Garage. So this will be a little bit of a repeat for you because if you're watching this video, it means you're probably already figured it out. You're probably already inside. And so we're going to start by going to sententiagamification.com, and because this is where it sits, your library is going to be behind where your head is, okay, where your face is. So if it says log in here, then click here, then have your login credentials. So it'll be your email address and your password for for Sententia. And so when you click though on your picture all the way up at the upper right hand corner, you'll see my library. If you don't have a picture there, now would be a good time to put one in there. And so if you scroll down, you'll see the courses. So this is a different login than mine. This is an actual customer with my name on it. And I'm clicking on Game Garage, and that's how we get to the community of Game Garage. When you get there, be transparent. I'm filming this in the middle of development. We're getting things set up. This page certainly here will look different, may look different by the time you're watching this because we probably will change this welcome page several times, but because that's where the video will be as of right now. And this may look different for you when you get here. So starting on the left side here, starting with the Game Garage at the top, and then who we are, scrolling down. Members, as of this filming, you'll be able to see who's members, because we want this to be a community. We want you to be engaged with each other, to know, hey, I want to reach out to that person, and then to be able to come to the members and direct message them and find them without, I guess you can go out to LinkedIn or something, but as long as we're here, then we can reach out to each other individually. It is lightly gamified, this platform. As you do different challenges, interact with us in different ways, so you are getting XP for that, and so we'll move you up the leaderboard. And not that we put a lot of emphasis on leaderboards at Sententia, but we do have one there. You will also get badges for different challenges that you complete as well. But the reason we're coming down the left-hand side is really the power of this community will be circles. And right now we have 2 circles, and by a little bit later, not this week, but when we get development a little bit more, there are the Game Garage members, and so they will have certain circles and conversations that they have, and then the tire kickers will have a couple, right? So some will be open to everybody who comes in, some will be just for members. And this will be user-driven, community-driven. So like I said, there's only 2 here because we only have a few people who are signed up at the time of this filming. And so we want to hear what you want to talk about. So there could be a circle for authoring tools or certain game mechanics or certain aspects of design. There's a lot that we can add here, and I'm assuming by the time you see this that there are many different circles. So these are just conversations that we can join in to get some feedback. Think of a nice Reddit community, if you will, hanging out in this space. So Q&A are just coming to me directly, and members is just a holding spot until we can start to build these out. So it depends on your level of membership, which circles you have access to. And basically across the page. Your feed is where you'll see different announcements. Certainly if someone's DM direct messaged you and so on, that will be in your feed. But challenges are something that we're going to have a lot of fun with here in the community. So challenges will each week we'll have at least one challenge, a new challenge posted here. Some challenges may be around for some time, depending on how much fun we have at these. But at filming this, I just have the first one up here at the time of filming, and this is where you will start. You will start here and introduce yourself to the Game Garage gang. And so this is where you'll list different aspects about yourself, like what's your superpower and so on. And we'll open up and share. And then you will want to come back as new people join and to see how they've introduced themselves. So it's a great way of you introducing yourself to everybody and then everybody seeing that introduction. So that's inside of challenges. Like I said, we can assume there'll be plenty more coming up as we start to fill this out in the coming weeks. Meetups will be our meetings, and so we have our Friday night game garages, so we'll have 2 of those a month, and this is where you'll come for the Zoom link. You can see the Zoom link here. So we can do events inside of here. It's just, especially as the community is new, what we're going to do is still be using Zoom. Eventually we will be using this live room feature here. There will be courses each month. We'll have some, we call them, they'll be $99 but free to you. Those will show up here as well, so you can see what courses are coming up. So there'll be a lot that will be happening inside of meetups. But for right now, like I said, there's just one here, and you'll be able to certainly have more, expect more to come here. So that'll be this space. Some, like I said, will be inside of this space. We have the capacity to actually have office hours. So maybe Monica Cornetti or myself might be here. Renee Bover may do work-ins here as well. So if you want to just come and join the group and do a work-in with a few other people, we anticipate using the live room for that. But again, for the first, as you're getting in here, starting to play around, this is where in meetups is where you'll want to come for that Zoom link. Now, we want to make this valuable, so not just hanging out with each other and having fun and talking to each other and engaging with each other. We also have some resources as well. Quick little change that's happened since I shot the rest of this, and it's just in the deploying of it, figuring out the different levels of membership and so on. The Game Garage resources and custom AI tool used to be up on the top menu, but there was not a way to only make sure that only members had access to these. So now it is in circles, the Garage Gang member circle. There are 2 circles, one's for Game Garage resources, the other's for custom AI. So when we click on this circle, it's meant to be a discussion group and so on, which is fine. We can still talk in here as much as we want. So I've put this piece down here, and then more important for us moving forward, especially if the conversation keeps going, is to click down the caret. So clicking on the Garage resource up there, then here we have the link as well. So you could click show more to see all of it, but there's the link there that will take you to this page where all the different resources are. And so this is this page, and I'll pause here and switch back over to the previously recorded instructions for these 5 areas, these 5 departments, if you will. Yeah. So under resources is where the Friday night recordings will be. The Friday Night Game Garage recordings will be hosted here. So this is the most recent one as of this filming. As we had this one on September 15, did a soft opening with Augusta University's escape room, and then so the most current one will be up there in the big space, and then down here we will begin to archive the previous ones. So we're not going out for the next 10 years. They're not going to be listed down here, but certainly what's been going on for this year will be listed. Occasionally we might have some, like these two were very good from last year, so they're sitting here as placeholders for right now. So come back and see what's happening, especially if you missed a live event. All right, so back to those resources. Tools and assistants are different tools that we've developed, that we come across, things that will help you in your design. And so each week we'll be adding in more tools. So some will stay, like the learner persona tool, I think is a great tool for you in developing your learner persona. And so each time you have a course, you'd want to download a new one. So behavior analysis grid is a fun way when we're looking at our learners, what do we want them to do differently. If you're doing motivational interview questions for your learner persona, this is a document I created to give you the questions that you can ask to find out how they're motivated. And of course, as a tool, I have my 99 game mechanics here as a tool. So some things, like I said, each week we'll bringing out new ones. But this page, we want it to be fresh and valuable to you. Instead of putting everything up here, we will be rotating certain things out. Behavior analysis grid, by the time we get 16 other tools up here, might not be the most important one for this week. And some of these will rotate, some of them will stay permanently. Learner persona will stay, probably 99 game mechanics would stay. All right. So that's tools and assistants. Specs and docs is for when you're wanting to nerd out when it comes to learning and development and gamification. So again, as we come across research articles that we would like to share with the community, as we write things to share with the community, they will appear here as well. And again, some will rotate. Now, if you're in the Sententia model, the Sententia system, this 16 motivators, describing the 16 motivators and how to use it with game mechanics is important to our model. So it's likely to stay here. I'll leave the game mechanics here as well. And then of course, Monica's Totally Awesome Training book, the book that got all of this started, is a great download and very valuable to you and to people coming in. So certain things will always stay here, but others may rotate out. Like this article I wrote about prototyping and learning and development. It's interesting. It's a good read. And after you've had it, we could replace it with something newer, something more interesting, maybe map your player journey. But this document's up here, maybe that'll be swapped out at some point, something from Bernardo Lutte for something like that. Again, we do not want to have too many things set here and want to continually having space to upload and share with you new resources, especially when it comes to nerding out on the topic. All right, so that's specs and docs. If we go back to spare parts here, spare parts are just fun things that we find along the way that are interesting, may be helpful, or that we've developed. For instance, Booty Bound is a great game for teaching OKRs, so objectives and key results. So it's a pirate game. So here's the instructions, here's the download cards. It's something that's fun. It's a deconstruction game. And so again, some things will stay, like this one over here, Designing the User Experience Game Board, is extremely valuable game board that we have found, and we believe it will be valuable to you. So that's one that's likely to stay. But something like this is our Matchimo game. Monster Mash is the Halloween version of the Matchimo game. I'm filming this in October. So this makes sense, having Halloween here, not obviously, but it will be replaced by November. So let's return back to, that was spare parts. And then the showroom is just where we can get inspiration from what other people have done. So each week, again, we'll feature some different programs that folks have done. So this one, for instance, Time to Lead, is our trailer for one of the programs that we did that we're really proud of. Fantastic Places, Unhuman Humans. Again, we click up here, there's the trailer. But then down here, oftentimes we'll have a case study or some sort of documentation. So that's where you would see this in the download. So it won't always be there. Sometimes up here, if we click on this, it'll be a recording. This one's actually actually a podcast here with Amy Morrissey, so we can hear the conversation and then download her case study. So when you see download, that means there's a case study associated with it, and then up here would be some sort of recording. And again, we'll be adding so that we get inspiration as we think about our design. So that's the 5 main areas here, at least as of this filming. And the other piece here under resources is our custom AI. Again, cutting in here because when I shot the video, we had things configured differently. Custom AI tool used to be at the top menu, and we have now since put it inside of the Game Garage members circle, so that to make sure you, that paid members, have access to it exclusively. So same thing, we click on, inside of circles, we click on custom AI tool. This will be pushed down to the bottom because I posted this, but this is just a cut and copy from up here. When you click on a custom AI tool, there's the link that will take you to the custom AI tool, which you will now see on from the old recording. Now, if you go out to ChatGPT or any, let's just pick on ChatGPT for a little bit. If you go out and you're wanting to do research on gamification, it's old research. A lot has happened in gamification since 2019 or whenever their database was set up. And of course, it's still learning, but it really is, so much of it is just those old points badges, leaderboards, maybe even those player types that we talked about in the early days of gamification. It's not really up to date. And it certainly is very what we call cosmetic style of gamification. So no real deep dives into it. So what we've created for this community is a custom GPT. And what this is, when we first of all uploaded all the documents that we have, all the research that we've swiped and kept along the way to make it more valuable for you and more targeted to this audience in this community. So for instance, if we typed in what is a good game mechanic for, let's put savings motivator. They'll put the savings motivator. So if there's 16 core desires that motivate us, and so game mechanics appeal to those. If you went out on ChatGPT, there would not be a discussion of that because my stuff would be buried under their stuff. So you wouldn't know about my theory of fun. I was picking on badges, but people with a high motivation for savings like badges. And so here is not only saying that, but the need to collect, which is characteristics of saving motivators, why people with badges, and so on. And so then you can click here to see where it came from. So different things that we've written in this case. So here's the thing, folks. This is a tool we created for this community. We built for this community, and we're limited by we have a limited number of inquiries each month. So a limited number of inquiries. So that means if you come in here and let's say you're writing a dissertation on gamification of learning, you're going to use up all those inquiries, and then no one else will be able to use it for that month. So when you're getting really specific in gamification, when you're wanting to explore what we've found is valuable, that you're frustrated with a more general ChatGPT, then by all means come in here. But once you start getting more beyond gamification, let's say, or game-based learning, once you get out past that, then what we're asking you to do is take your inquiries and move them to your account, your ChatGPT account, your Bard account, or whatever long language model platform that you're using, so that we keep some inquiries for other people in the community. So by all means, do come here and use this. I used it for an example. I used up one of our inquiries for the example, which is fine. And I wouldn't want to say, hey, inside of here is say, write my resume for me, for instance, because that's using up inquiries that are not game-based learning, not gamification. So like I said, use it and be very specific for gamification when you're in here, and then when you want to play outside of gamification and game-based learning, perhaps that would be a good time to move to your account. All right. So the whole point here is, like I said, we have resources that we can work with because we want to develop ourselves professionally. We want to see examples. We want to learn. We want this community to be a space where we come and engage and learn stuff, but more importantly, where we engage with others, because that's where the real knowledge is. That's where the excitement is for our profession. So when it comes to leveling up our professional skills, that it's the interaction with others, it's seeing what others do, and yes, of course, still we need to nerd out occasionally and do some research and so on. And so that's what the resources are here for you as well. So this is your community. You are a member of the community, so feel free reaching out to me. I'm doing the back end. Renee's Beauvair's working the front end. She's the face of Game Garage. Anything that's more technical, bring it to either one of us. Any ideas that you have, say, hey, we want this circle. This would be a fun topic for this circle. Here's an idea I have for a challenge. But this is your community, not ours. We want to hear from you. So welcome to the community, and I look forward to interacting with you in the coming weeks and months and hopefully years.